Some memories. They don't float. They don't surface. They sink. Swallowed whole by time, by silence, by the weight of pretending everything is fine. But some memories, some refuse to drown. Some cling to your skin. It's been 12 years. 12 fucking years since my father packed our lives into the back of a borrowed pickup, told me not to look back, and drove us out of that village, away from the river, away from it. Bangkok was supposed to save us. A place full of lights, people, noise, all the things that could bury superstition and smother the whispers of things that don't belong in this world. I thought I was safe. I thought it was all over. I was wrong. Because she followed me, and this time I had nowhere to run. Right now, I'm just another university student in the city. I study. I walk crowded streets. I ride the train like everyone else. And I'm also a swimmer. Not just someone who likes the water. No, I'm a competitive athlete on the university swim team. Every morning before class, every evening after dark, I train. Strange, isn't it? Because my dad spent my entire life warning me to stay away from all kinds of water, but my body just keeps pulling me toward it. I grew up with water. It's in my memories, coursing through my veins. The current and we communicate, but my dad never saw it that way. He saw danger. He always says,
"You shouldn't be in the water. Promise me. Never take off the amulet."
a small pendant made of sacred lead, old and worn, hanging by a thin, braided white thread. I've never taken it off. Not even for a second. Not even when I shower. But when my 20th birthday came, I found myself staring at the calm surface of the water, and a thought rose up from somewhere deep inside me. I'd come so far, and it had been long enough that maybe the past had faded. If I just took it off once, it wouldn't matter. What's the worst that could happen? My fingers brushed the amulet, and in the silence, the water seemed to hold its breath. It was supposed to be an ordinary day. I'd just finished practice. My body ached all over, so I went home, alone. The apartment was quiet, too quiet. I stepped into the bathroom and twisted the hot water on full blast. Steam poured out like smoke from a wound. I eased into the tub, letting the warm water soothe my muscles. My head tilted back, eyes closed, but after just a few minutes, I felt it. Something wasn't right. I should have felt safe. I should have felt calm. But no. The silence became suffocating. The air grew heavy, and I could barely breathe. A chill crept up my spine, like someone was watching me. I turned to look around the dim bathroom, but saw nothing. I told myself I was just tired, tried to shake the thought from my head. I took a deep breath and sank into the water, hoping the warmth would relax my mind like it did my body. But the second my whole body was underwater, I felt it. A hand gripping my ankle. Cold, unnatural, strong in a way no human hand could ever be. I screamed underwater, soundless, choking, useless. My eyes shot open, searching the water for the source of that terrifying touch. Nothing but water. But I knew something was there. I struggled, thrashed, kicked, trying to free myself from whatever was dragging me. My legs flailed against the pull, but it kept dragging me down, down, down. The tub was shallow, I knew that, but it didn't feel like it anymore. The space beneath me stretched into a black void, bottomless, endless. It felt like I was sinking into the depths of the ocean. My lungs were on fire. My vision blurred. I was running out of strength. And then, through the blur, I saw something. Someone reaching down for me. Mom! I saw my mom. I don't know if it was really her. I don't know if it was ever her, but I knew what I had to do. With every drop of strength left in my body, I kicked. I twisted. I fought against the force, lunged towards the edge of the tub, cold, slick, grabbed the amulet I'd left on the counter. The moment my fingers touched it, the water stilled. The chaos vanished. The pressure dissolved. Silence returned, like nothing had happened. Only a faint bruise in the shape of a hand on my ankle proved that it had been real. It's still there, just waiting for the moment I let my guard down. Dad was right. I should have never taken the amulet off. 2 weeks later, my boyfriend and I were walking by the river just past midnight. The city had gone quiet, blanketed in that eerie silence only found in the dead of night. The air hung heavy, still, damp. Every sound, every footstep, every breath felt louder than it should have. Streetlights buzzed faintly overhead. Their glow shimmered over the water's surface like broken glass. The bridge loomed above us, casting a shadow that swallowed the far side of the riverbank whole. It was peaceful, sure, but not comforting. We joked. We laughed about things that didn't matter. I tried to pretend that we weren't walking so close to the place where the darkness clung to the edges of the water. Then, he stopped, grabbed my arm like something had struck him.
Shit, look!
His voice was sharp, eyes locked to the river, wide, fearful.
Someone's drowning.
I followed his gaze, heart already pounding, but saw nothing. Just ripples. Just shadows. Just the water. Too calm, too quiet. What are you talking about? His grip on me tightened, fingernails digging into my skin.
She's right there, you don't see her? Her hand, she's waving for help.
He stepped forward, about to jump in. But I didn't hesitate. I grabbed his wrist and yanked him back hard. Wait! I turned, ran to the nearest couple walking a little ways off. Do you see anyone in the water, over there? They looked at me, confused. The woman shook her head. The man squinted into the dark.
No, there's no one there.
I turned back. My boyfriend's face had gone ghost pale. His eyes were wide, locked on the same damn spot in the river like it had him in some kind of trance.
But, she's right there.
His voice broke.
She's looking right at me.
I looked again, nothing but shadows. But the air felt different now, heavy. Deep down, I knew something was there, watching, waiting. The true nightmare began that weekend. My friends and I had planned a short getaway to the coast. A few days to unwind, drink, and pretend life wasn't quietly unraveling beneath us. That night, we sat in a loose circle around a bonfire. The flames cracked and hissed, their glow flickering across faces flushed with laughter and booze. Bottles passed from hand to hand, words slurring more freely as the hours slipped away. Above us, stars blinked faintly. In front of us, the black ocean whispered against the shore, wave after wave. Soft, steady. Watching. The later it got, the louder we became. The group was telling jokes, laughing, shouting. I noticed my closest friend quietly rising from the group, expressionless, saying nothing. She just stood up and walked away. Slow, like in a dream. No one else noticed, but I did. I watched her drift further and further from the firelight, swallowed by the dark. I tried to be positive. Maybe she just needed some air. Maybe she was dizzy and wanted to clear her head. I started to worry, so I got up and followed her. We walked in silence. She never looked back. No conversation. I stayed a few paces behind. Then, without warning, she changed direction. She turned. Sharply, deliberately, toward the sea, toward that endless black nothing. And she kept walking. The sand shifted beneath her feet. The waves lapped at her ankles, her calves, her knees. The distance between us was enough that I had to raise my voice. "Hey, are you going for a swim or something?" I glanced around, trying to gauge the situation, and thought, this isn't right. "It's too dark out here. Let's go back to the others. It's not safe." I said that while turning to look in the direction we had come from. No response. I looked back at her. She was up to her waist now, still moving forward. Panic started clawing its way up my throat. "No, no, no, stop!" I yelled, running into the waves to grab her. But even though we were about the same size, she shoved me back easily. I didn't stop. I ran to her again, shouting her name, trying to snap her out of it. We struggled. I pulled. She resisted. Then I saw something. Just a few feet away, a woman's form. Long black hair dripping down her pale face, the strands floating like seaweed. Eyes completely white, lips moving silently like she was calling my friend toward the darkness. Dad's voice echoed in my head.
This amulet will protect you from harm.
Without hesitation, I took the amulet off and placed it around my friend's neck. She flinched, looked around like she'd just woken from a nightmare. I exhaled sharply, looked out at the figure of the ill spirit. Maybe it was pissed it couldn't take us, but I was wrong. It stared at me, grinning as if it had already won. Suddenly, the atmosphere changed. Just like that day in the bathtub. Cold slammed into me. I couldn't move, only able to roll my eyes back and forth. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw two pale arms slowly reach out from behind and wrap around my chest. It was so close. It made every hair on my body stand on end. So close I could feel her breath, and her face right beside mine. Her hoarse whisper crawled into my ear.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you've ever heard the tale of Tua Tai Tua Taan, a soul for a soul. The water spirits, the Prai Nam, vil ghosts lurking just beneath the surface. Some say when their time comes to move on, they can't just leave. Not unless they find a replacement, a stand-in, a body for a body. Only then can they pass on to whatever karmic afterlife awaits them. Why it had to be me? I still don't know. By now, I'm sure my father's heard what happened, and I hate that I disappointed him like this. Now I'm the one standing here, alone, every night, in this cursed tide of the ocean, vast, empty, and endless. Nothing but black water, and me, stuck in this limbo, screaming into the dark with no one to hear. Waiting for someone unlucky, someone whose time is almost up, someone I can pull down to take my place. So next time you go to the beach, if you find yourself alone by deep water and you hear something calling you, don't answer. I warned you.